Hey, Capricorn. Huh. I see. Okay. Uh-huh. Cool. Let's see what else. Okay. Okay, we got a Tower, we got a Nine of Wands, we got a Son of Wands, and we got a Daughter of Pentacles. We got an Eight of Wands in reverse. We got Five of Wands. We got Three of Wands. I want to get one. I want to get like a Two of Cups or a Lovers or a Ten of Cups for you. Let's see if I can get one. Oh, Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's try one more time for one of the, I can't make it happen, but I don't control your destiny. I don't control how this all unfolds. But if I could, I'd want only the best for you. So, I'm trying. Ugh. Come on. Oh, shit. Okay. What if I just looked for it? Anything else want to come out? Like maybe a Two of Cups or a Lovers or a Ten of Cups? Huh? The deck is being silent. The deck is mad at me for even demanding that it give me certain cards. Okay, Ace of Wands, I'll take it. Jesus Christ. Alright, Capricorn. It feels like love is not necessarily the focus of your month. But we got this Tower. It feels like... I mean, it's kind of falling apart. I feel like there's definitely a lot of questions on the table for you. Because we have this Seven of Cups in reverse that came out. And, like, also we have the Eight of Wands in reverse with all this. So I feel like definitely, Capricorn, that you're kind of just in this really unstable period that, like, you want to be moving forward, but there's, like, a lot of shit you have to be dealing with. Because, like, the Seven of Cups in reverse is about getting clear to me. It's about kind of, like, ending the confusion and, like, the overwhelm and the, like, too many choices by kind of, like, making choices and picking. And with the Tower, it feels like some of these choices might be being made for you, or, like, you're having to really look at your life, look at your choices, look at what you've kind of established, look at kind of how maybe some of that is not really, like, shit you can build on because, like, you built it on quicksand and now it's all sinking. I mean, so it's this weird energy of, like, you wanting to move forward, you wanting to get out, you wanting to, like, kind of, like, just get on with your life, but you're having to kind of also deal with the fact that you're in a process of undoing at the same time. So it's like you can't really become the new thing quite yet that you're becoming. You're being formed, and it's kind of like, I said this to one of the other signs, maybe to Scorpio, but I said you can't rush art. It really feels like that's kind of the theme of February, is like you can't rush what's happening to you. You can't rush how your life is changing. You can't rush, like, what wants to end, what needs to kind of be contended with, what, like, old patterns or ideas or beliefs or foundations of how you built your life are kind of, like, being asked to be reevaluated. And the Seven of Cups in reverse is like, yeah, what are, like, you really focusing on in your life? Like, what are you giving importance? What is, like, kind of where you're, like, focusing your attention? So that's that. Like, basically, there is, with this Nine of Wands, more work to do. And that's really what February is about, is like you have more shit that like you are responsible for before you can kind of like have a new beginning. So this kind of feels like I've like literally never dealt with like mortgages or houses or any of that, but it's kind of like you bought a house but you can't move in because there's like all this paperwork to do first, and like taxes or whatever, or selling your old house. It's like you're in between chapters for something, but you're also neither in the past nor in the future, because like the past is either crumbled or has been crumbling in some regard. It's been changing. Again, you're having to get clear on your choices, and there's like a desire for forward movement, but kind of a sort of pause as you contend with all of this shit that needs to be dealt with. And then what else? But you know, and while all this is happening, I feel like maybe there's just sort of something that needs to be grappled with, some kind of shrewd dealings. And by that I mean like conversations that need to be had that like were not being dealt with, especially with that tower. I mean, this feels kind of like, again, what were the foundations? So like maybe some relationships kind of have some like unspoken agreements that like aren't working for you anymore, so you kind of have to like hash that out. Or this might feel like a fear of like people not understanding you, and kind of like understanding creatively what you need maybe. Or just kind of like, because Son of Wands in reverse, that could be you, that could be another person. But with the Five of Wands, it's like kind of like a fight. It's like kind of like competition, like kind of like a, ugh, god damn it, like why can't we just all get along, is sort of how that feels right here. So again, that just feels sort of like we have to, I'm not saying this is a breakup, but like I am just saying, like with this kind of stuff, it's like the meeting up in person versus texting versus calling question about like how do you break up. I'm not saying a literal breakup, I'm just saying like how do you end one chapter to begin the new one? Do you run away out of fear and kind of like avoid dealing with this conflict, or do you like, cuz yeah, I guess that's just how it feels. It's like, how are you taking responsibility for the ways your life wants to change? And with this, it just feels like there are some ways that you're having to get honest with yourself about this process of what the change is and what your responsibility and role in the change that is happening is. I hope that makes sense. I think it makes sense. Um, Daughter of Pentacles. This could be you because it's an earth sign. With the rainbow and this deer, ugh, love it. Very gentle, very like happy, very positive, very kind of like the new foundation. I feel like this is kind of like the new ground that like can be there once you kind of move through these like tower moments over back here, right? So it's like on the other side of this Nine of Wands and the shit is maybe a new beginning, because we also have the Ace of Wands, and that's like a creative spark. And with the Daughter of Pentacles, it kind of feels like there is something, and maybe that's why you're trying to rush towards it too, is because like you are really excited about these new opportunities, and you're really excited about like kind of finding a softer answer for yourself about how you live your life, one that is kind of more nurturing, one that is kind of like just more chill, you know? And more you too, because it's earth. So it's like you're more finding more your own kind of sense of like the creative movement you want to be having. And I think this will come more and more the more you deal with the old shit, and like the more you kind of like take responsibility for some of this work that I keep harping on. So this is available to you, and I think it will come kind of like kind of like, yeah, I don't know. And then the Three of Wands, which I think is like, at some point, you will be able to choose the new path. At some point, after you've kind of like cleaned your room, so to speak, you will be able to invite someone new into it. And I keep talking about people, but like, I'm not saying that literally. It could be jobs, it could be just like emotional internal situations that are happening. However this plays out for you, I don't know. But I'm just talking about like the energy of kind of like what's at play, what you're dealing with. Like the soul lesson in February is really about like tying up loose ends appropriately and taking responsibilities so that you can move forward into fresh new beginnings that offer you more of the joy and spark that you're looking for in your life so that you can kind of have a new beginning. All right. Great. Love you, Capricorn. See ya again in March. Bye.